guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arissa and this is Arissa Root Art, and today I am working on a 15 by 30 inch gallery wrap level 3 canvas, and I'm doing a deconstructed bloom, but I'm super excited because I'm doing it on a base that's pink. It's like pink. I haven't done this color before base. I'm so excited. And my other colors, I'm already getting dirty. Let me get paper towels to prepare for the mess. Let me show you my other colors. I'm only using 4, plus my 2 cell activators, which is really good for me. The first one, just Artist Loft Soft Body White. Crazy, right? And this color is a mixture that I made with my Rustic Earth from Color Art, their primary elements, as well as my Chestnut Brown. And then I added a little bit of the Jasper Red to like richen it up. And then my next color is Arteza's Bordeaux Red, but to richen this up just a tad, I added the Ruby Slipper, the Color Art Purely Pigment. And so that gives me this lovely color without making it metallic, because I don't want to have all metallics and stuff. And the last color is the True Silver by Color Art. This is their primary, no it's not, it's their Prism Pours. And that is True Silver. And I have my white cell activator and my black cell activator, and I am ready to go. I have my hair dryer, I have my my cell activators. Let's get started. I have my long gloves because I got a new watch band and I don't want paint in it, and I could just take off my watch, or I could wear my long gloves. So that's what I'm doing. So this color that I made was my base color, my regular white house paint, but then to it I added the red. Just your basic red, I believe it's called. Yeah, your bright red. The bright red by Artist Loft, the soft body. And then I added a little bit of Rust-Oleum metallic accents and metallic seashell. So that gave me this rich color. And I didn't mix the white house paint in too much, so it's kind of marbly. But this is a huge 2-liter beaker thing, and there's a lot of paint in it. So I'm gonna pour my paint here, creating, I'm sure, copious amounts of bubbles that I'll have to deal with. I didn't want to run out of paint, obviously, because this is a custom color. And I know that's enough. I need to stop. I always put too much paint on these. So I'm going to spread this out a little thinner, preparing for my colors. So many bubbles. I may torch this. I don't typically torch house paint, but yeah, y'all, there's a lot of bubbles in this. Oop, don't go over too much yet. It's pretty heavy. I'm gonna get my torch and really quickly blow over this. There we go. I burned a couple spots, but that's okay. It will work out. I'm gonna tamp this, sorry. There's a bubble right there. I just want you to be gone. Just the one bubble, you're irking me. Right here, go away. Go, there you go. And I can just sit here popping bubbles forever, but I should stop because I'll get into it. All right, so, there's so many bubbles. Yeah, well, whatever. There's bubbles in this too, so it'll just be little bubble-ishes. I am gonna do 3 pours, or 3 puddles, offset. I'm super excited about this color palette. I've never done this color palette before, and it just seems super fun. There we go. I'm gonna go with my browny, bronzy, coppery color next. And then for my red, I actually want this to be rimmed with red, but I didn't want the white to be so forward, so I put it on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do for that is I'm gonna use my Bordeaux red, and I'm gonna rim the white first, and then put a little bit in the center. Just like that. And I'm gonna put a little bit of the Bordeaux on top too. I don't want the silver to be on top necessarily, alone on top. It will be on top primarily, but I don't want it to be alone on the top. If you hear fireworks, It is almost the 4th of July, and I live right near a reservation, so fireworks go off starting in the beginning to middle of June. Some people have a problem with it, but I like big booms, so I kind of dig it. It's just kind of interesting. I like hearing them every once in a while. There's a lot of silver there. All right. And so I'm just going to use my stick and put a little bit more of the Bordeaux on top of the silver. I really want it to be Bordeaux forward. I love this color so much. I don't use it nearly enough. It's beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna go black and then white for my cell activator on all of these. This is just my oxide black. I think it has a little bit of the iridescent blue black in it by Pebeo too. I don't know, I made it a while ago, but that's what that is. Oxide black primarily, and this is titanium white. Nah, a little bit more. And I got my little mini hair dryer. Let's do this one. You know what I do want? I want to do a little bit more color, and I typically do this before because I don't like my cell activator sinking, but I want somewhere for this to blow out. So I'm just going to put some more color on the corners here, even though I don't really need any more paint. There's a lot of paint I made. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, let's go this. All right, I wanted that one to spread a bit more, which is why I let that do. This will collect on its own. Whoop, I'm going black and then white, so I'm not gonna worry about trying to puff in the middle of that one. That one's a little more difficult because I let the cell activator sink. So this one should be a little bit easier to get those cells. So in part of it, it seemed like I was digging into my paint, and I was on purpose. But you see how that white cell activator is disappearing right there? It always goes away on its own. Y'all don't worry about puffing in the middle so much. All right, let's do this last one. Okay, I'm gonna let those settle. Let me put my blow dryer away. I think I am definitely done puffing around on this paint. I'm gonna let them settle. Well, the last one, I'm gonna let the center come up a little more because I want it deconstructed, but I don't want it so deconstructed that I lose all my centers. So I'm gonna let that come back up a bit. But I love the colors. I think it's gonna be really, really cool when I stretch it out. I'm gonna torch it a little bit really quickly again, which is a no-no, but I got a lot of bubbles. All right, I'll be right, let me do that. That didn't do much, so I'm gonna stop. I wanna do it. All right, just this little piece right there. I'm like, come on up, little guy, you could do it. Come on up. I love these colors. I love the colors. I can't wait to see this stretched out. And I'm gonna primarily, I think I'm gonna primarily stretch it side to side. Well, for me, it's up and down, but side to side. Do I see a little bit in there? Let's see. Where's my blade? Put to you. Nope, it's not a little bit. It's a little bit of burned paint because I created a skin. I see a little one right there too. So that's why I don't torch house paint. It cannot take it. And this one had a little buffer because I had the acrylic paint in there too, but ultimately it cannot take it. Let's see where we're going here. This is still pretty glued down on the side there. You can get it to move by coaxing it a little bit side to side. I should not be impatient, but I feel like I'm about to be, y'all. Let's see, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna do a little bit. And get that moving there. And same going this way. Gonna stretch them out a bit before I go up and down, because I certainly do have to go up and down to get to the sides of the top and bottom. But I want everything moving with it as one before I do that. I'm gonna lose some of the center on that one, and that's okay. My goal was not to keep all the centers, just some of them. I'm gonna go down to this corner here because I'm all the way down there already. Get that little pink part off there. And then come back up and then center my paint in the middle before I bring it down to the other edge. There we go. I'm gonna let it go extreme, even though it's weird. Get that off to the corner and then come back to that other corner. Sorry, you can't see it for just a moment, which is not nice. Let me just turn it. Sorry. Let me turn it a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Get to that corner without losing all my cells or my lacing, whatever you want to call it. As soon as it gets there, stop it and bring it back so you can keep some of your lacing if you'd like it. Now, I'm just going to center the paint and then get the bends out of this paint. So now the paint is centered along the vertical axis, and I can go down and straighten it all up a bit. And take off a little bit more where I see I want to, but I want to get it even now first so I can just go more side to side. So there's my even point because I want to take a little bit of this off, but I don't want to create more bend. So, see though, I don't want to lose those cells either. What do you do? I don't want to lose that. I do want to lose that. So I'm gonna actually bring it down to this edge and go straight down. I may lose the lacing in the center, but that's okay. I don't want to lose too much of it, but I want to lose that right there. So I'm gonna go to that corner specifically. Just so I can get that. I see a lot of little pink spots, but they're not white, so I think I'll be able to tolerate them. But that's just the bubbles. I knew I had a lot of bubbles. I think I'm gonna lose my lacing in the center bloom. But what can you do? I wanted that little part off, and it is gone now. Let me bring it back and center my paint again. And then I'll pause here because I have a lot of paint on here still. So I may have to lose a little bit more, but I need to decide what I want to lose. I want to straighten out the bend over there. So I'm going to just go to the side. I may lose a little bit of that bottom one, but if I tilt it up a little bit, it won't flow this one over here on my right. It won't flow it. Flows so quickly. If I tilt it up away from it a little bit, it will flow through the middle more. There we go. Wow. I'm glad I have those 2 blooms worth of lacing going on. I want to center this up. I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. I think I like it a lot. Now, let me turn it and look at it from this way. Oh, I like it a lot. I love the pink. Let me just get my corners covered here. Got a couple of missing corners. I'll be looking over there. A little bit more paint is needed. I need some darker color right there. So I'm just gonna squeeze from the bottom of the piece and put a darker color there because the darker colors are dripping off. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, I love the base color. I love this pink so much. I think all my corners are covered. Now, let me clean my hands off so I can see how much paint I have left on my piece. Paper towel here. And then I'm going to get a poking instrument of some sort. Let's see. Let's see how much paint I have left. Here we go. Ooh, I have a lot of paint on there. Let me double check with something that's a little less. Yeah, do I have too much paint on there though? Let's see. I don't want to pull it back because I love this little tiny bit of lacing I have. So many bubbles. I think I may risk it, y'all. I really like it the way it is. And I don't want to change it anymore. I think I'm gonna risk it. And we'll see how it dries. Let me clean up my undersides and scrape it so it stops dripping. And then I will bring you down in for a close-up. One moment. You know what? I lied. I don't want this to crack. So I am going to tilt it more this way. Let me turn it so I can actually tilt it towards where you guys can see it. Because there is a lot of paint on here. I think it would be too risky, especially since we're in the warmer weather, that it can dry on the top first too quickly before it dries underneath, and that will lead to cracking. So I'm going to lose a little more. But I really just don't want too much paint on here. So I'm just gonna let it stretch, let it fall, and then stretch it back and see what I get. Yeah, it's moving way too quickly for it to have enough paint off. And just give me one more minute. Not even a minute, just give me 20 seconds, I think, maybe less. I just don't want this to be risked. because it is falling freely, y'all. I'm gonna let that little spot, I have my eye on a spot. Once that hits the corner, the edge, then I'll stop and I'll center it back up. Sorry, I'm not gonna turn it this time, but I will just center it back up and we'll see what we get. There we go. Dry my hands off. Now, my question is this part right here. Let me get a stick. This part, do I like it enough or do I want to expand it? Let's see. Just so there's not that blunt in. That I like a little bit better. And now I've created a blunt end the other way. I'm gonna get something that's a little sharper here and drag this blunt end out. There we go. Let's see. It looks a little more landscapey to me right now, so I really actually like it. I'm glad I had to stretch it off because this looks like a calm space, and it looks like, I'll show you from the orientation, like this would be the bottom, right here would be the bottom for me, and I like how that looks. Let me look at it from the other side too, the other direction too. Yeah, I think that's the bottom, and I like how it looks. So let me get you down and I'll show you the close-up. I will be right back. So this is the orientation I'm envisioning. I really like that calm in the middle, but in order to get you a good picture, I'm gonna turn on my flash and I'll be right back. All right, so let me show you the close-up. Really, really love the Bordeaux. I love how these cells, and I'm glad I added the white so it lightens it up a bit. In this little pink spot, you can see there are lacing lines through it. And those bubbles actually work there, just so we have a little extra something there. But there's a little shimmer in it, but not too much. Love the coppery color I created so much. And the base actually does have pearl in it, so I guess it may shimmer too. But I absolutely am thrilled with these wet results. Hopefully it will dry quickly so I can show you the dry results. But tell me, please, what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you don't know, I do have a second channel. It's called Arissa Resin Art that I've just started and I'm trying to grow. But if you do art or resin art or anything like that, or if you're just curious, come check me out there. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye. All right, y'all, here she is all glazed and varnished, and I am so happy with how this turned out. Sorry about the bright lights. It is bright in my art room and the lights are on, but I love the subtlety of that goldy color that runs through it. I love how all this looks. It's so pretty. Sorry about those lights, but it dried so perfectly. And so I sprayed it with a nice coat of the Minwax Polyacrylic Varnish Thin Gloss, and that is what I use. That's what I've been using for all my paintings for years and years, but it finishes really well and it protects it really well. But let me know what you think in the comments below about this piece. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Here's a quick clip of a resin clock that I made on my other channel, Arissa Resin Art. If you want to see me make this, head over to that channel and you'll see this process. Bye, y'all.